Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk about why I think bank stocks are going to go absolutely parabolic into 2021. I want to talk about one of the main signs here showing me that these stocks are very bullish right now and looking to really break above the current levels that they're at. Also, I want to tell you guys where I think the money will be coming from, what sector is going to be seeing a lot more decline in 2021 than really uptrend, and where that money is going to come over to banks and a lot of other financial tech stocks like Square and like we've seen over the last few days, PayPal, which has been rocketing off. So if you've been watching the stock market, if you've been keeping up with the channel, you might have seen my previous videos here on bank stocks. And in those videos, I explained that I'm very bullish on the future of bank stocks because they hadn't been able to really break out from these levels. And when a stock trades between a certain level for a very long time with very high volume, it means the stock is consolidating. And what happens during that time is that it gets ready for a large move. And like I told you guys, this wedge here was going to represent the start of that large move, and there's an even larger wedge that we can identify here if we actually move the lines a bit. So guys, this was going to be a very obvious break where the stock was going to break above, and you can see that's exactly what happened here with JP Morgan. Like I told you guys, we should have started a position around $100, but now we're sitting at 125, and even I slept on starting a position with these companies because I was more focused on other plays such as Tattoo Chef, such as Salesforce, etc., which were producing good profits at that time, guys. So right now is the key moment to look at banks with this pullback here that we've seen over the last few hours, and coming out of 2020 with the same pullback. I think that this is going to be ultimately the best opportunity here, guys, to really buy in long term with these stocks. Now, as far as JP Morgan, if you can catch them under 121, 122, that will be the best time to buy. Anything under 125 is a good buy. Anything under 122 is a great buy for the long term. And I'm looking for this company to easily break out from these all-time highs around 140 and look for even 175 by the end of 2021. So I'm extremely bullish on JP Morgan, and this is one of my favorite ones to trade. But I'm also watching Goldman Sachs here. Now, these are the bigger names in the industry, so these stocks are going to be increasing for however much into the future. There's no way that these stocks are going to become bankrupt or fail. They're too big to fail, and that's why I really like them as a solid investment into this banking industry, and especially into the future of stability in the US, because without banks, the US system of economy couldn't really function. So these are a central part of what makes America America. So I think that these companies have a great chance to continue pushing, even though we see Goldman Sachs already above the previous highs of 250. So guys, there's still a lot of opportunity with these companies. If you haven't been able to get in, I'm looking at Goldman Sachs for $250. If you can get them anywhere under there, they're a good buy. If you can get them under 240, that is a great buy. But again, guys, this play has run a little bit more than the other ones I'm going to show you further into the video, and it has run a little bit more than JP Morgan. So I would keep a close eye out on the levels with these stocks, because there are going to be a lot more opportunities to catch them on a dip, and I think that it's good to start loading the boat right now with a lot of these names. So the next one I want to talk about is Bank of America, and Bank of America is having a similar setup here as JP Morgan. Now with JP Morgan, we saw that consolidation, and then unfortunately we saw a breakout to the downside before continuing upwards. But with Bank of America, we've seen nothing but strength to the upside, and today I thought they were going to break to new levels, some new highs here around $32, but unfortunately the market pulled them downwards along with the rest of the stocks that are selling out today, and I think this is just going to be another great opportunity to buy. So as you can see, this stock has not run as much as JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs, and one of the main reasons for that is that they are not the main player here. They aren't the biggest stock here related to banking, so they're not going to move as strongly as these other companies or be worth as much per share, but I do see them having a great opportunity of rocketing upwards. And guys, percent move is still percent move. It's going to be a larger percent if this stock moves $1 than if JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs moves $1. So don't sleep on that opportunity, and don't sleep on the fact that these stocks are still able to provide a very good return, even though they are worth less per share. So guys, don't think that because a stock is worth less per share, it's going to give you a longer or a worse return. It's going to honestly be better in the long run because you can buy more shares and because you can leverage your position better, guys. So as always, Bank of America is one of the main plays that I'm watching here, and probably the one that I will load the boat up most with right now, because they are closest to these breakout levels, and $29 is the level that I had identified as the break of this wedge, ultimately the last retest before we break to new highs on the wedge here. So that was making me very bullish coming out of last week when they were able to break above this $29 range. So again, guys, Bank of America under $29 will be a good buy. Under $28 will be a great buy. So if you can get in on that as soon as possible, I recommend these stocks 100%. Now, the last one to talk about is going to be Wells Fargo. This one has not been able to recover as strongly as the other plays we've talked about today, but I still think that they are a successful bank. And with a lot of these banking plays, we see them getting help from the government, and we see them really coming out of a hole, which was created by the unfortunate pandemic in 2020. But I think that these stocks have great potential to rebound massively during 2021, and that includes Wells Fargo. I think that they are all going to have a resurgence, but especially Wells Fargo here, you can see that they have not broken out from their resistance here at around $30. So I would catch them at any price below 29. If you can catch them below 29, that is a great price to buy the stock at. And I think that all of these stocks are going to see a huge resurgence in 2021 as people really look to take their money out of tech and really put it somewhere where it can really multiply itself this year versus other stocks that are already up 100 or 200%, guys. So as always, it's very important to continue looking for new positions in the stock market. Don't just rely on these old names that you might have known. In 2020, there's always going to be new opportunity with new sectors and new stocks, guys. Also, DKNG and Penn Gaming are very promising stocks and other sectors that are coming out right now, guys. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities in 2021. I'm very excited what the future is going to hold for the channel here. Thank you guys so much for the support in 2020. I'm extremely excited. 1,500 subscribers. I honestly never thought we could get this big, guys, but let's push for 2,000 now, and the future is bright for the channel now. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope all your plays are in the green.